I think, well, yeah. I think I actually took it really seriously when I finally got onto American Idol. And actually, that whole experience was just really, it's a wild experience, honestly, of how I even got into American Idol because it was during 2020, so COVID year. And I was just like at home, like I was doing music here and there, but I was like still in high school. Like I'm trying to like just, do sports and have fun, and I'll do music on the side here and there. But I remember my mom, like one day because of COVID, like everything was locked down. So again, when you have nothing to do, God gives you everything to do, right? And she was like, "We need to get your music out somehow, some way." So she just went on online and she saw that American Idol was doing virtual auditions for the first time, like ever. And I've never watched American Idol before, so that's like a huge disclaimer. Like I've never watched it before because my parents didn't even like us watching TV growing up, and I just lived in a tent, so I was like, it's not like I was up to par with anything. And so she's like, "You guys should try out for this." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure." I've never heard of it. And so I thought it was like some local competition. Like, okay, we're gonna start small then, like go to a stage in the neighborhood or like, downtown. And so she's like, "Yeah, you just gotta send in a song, like you and your brother, just send in like a song that you wrote." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure." And I think my mom knew what it was, but like she didn't tell any of us. And so I'm still like bewildered to this day that she like honestly said nothing. But okay, I think that's just how my mom is. She's like, "Oh, you didn't know?" I'm like, "No, I didn't know, mother." So we go over there and like we just record a video of this song that we sang, and it was called Boom. So we just go over there. My brother and I co-wrote it with each other. We send it in, whatever. I don't think anything much of it because I'm like, I don't even know what this is. I'll just do a local competition. Everybody's gonna get accepted, right? That's what I'm thinking in my mind. And then 2 hours later, my mom gets this call and she's putting on a speaker and she's like getting super excited. Like she's like jumping up and down. And I just hear like this guy's voice on the end and he's like, "We love your kids. We want them down here in Hollywood in the next 2 weeks. We want them to get the golden ticket. We want them in that audition." And I'm like listening, I'm like, "Golden ticket?" I'm like, "Hollywood?" I'm like, "Is that like a place down here? Like, is there a place called Hollywood? Is that like you win a golden ticket or something? Is it like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?" I don't know what's going on. And so my mom just ends the call and she's like, "Oh my gosh, like this is so exciting." And I'm like, "What is?" And she's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Like I'll tell you when we get there." And I was like, "Okay." So I'm like, All right, whatever. Because I don't know what she's talking about. But before you even get onto the camera in American Idol, I didn't know this for reality TV shows, but for this one specifically, you actually have to pass 6 auditions before you even get on camera. So like
Wow.
you'll go over and over with executive producers and stuff, but they just called us and they're like, "We love your kids, put them on the show, blah, blah, blah. We love your story that you guys have." And so yeah, like I'm on the plane 2 weeks later going to California and Hollywood, and I'm so confused. Like I'm there at the airport and my mom is like not saying anything. She's like, "Just pack your stuff. Let's go." I'm like, "Where are we going?" And she's like, "I'll tell you on the way." Like I'm literally in the plane flying like 20,000 feet in the air. And I'm like, "Hey, what is going on?" And so she like finally fills me in. She's like, "It's like this singing competition that's like on national TV." All of a sudden, like my body just goes cold. I'm like, "I'm sorry, what? National TV?" And she's like, "Yeah." And it's just like some of these celebrity judges. She's like waving it off. She's like, "Yeah, there's like Lionel Richie." And I was like, "Lionel Richie?" And she's like, "Yeah, Luke Bryan." I was like, "Luke Bryan?" And then she said, "Oh, yeah." And like the girl, what's her name? Oh, Katy Perry. I was like, "Katy Perry?" When I told you I have a panic attack, I had a panic attack. I was
Mhm.
like looking around and then I realized like all these other people from American Idol are contestants too that are flying on the same plane. I'm like, "Get me out of here." Like, I don't want to be on national TV. I'm not ready for any of this. Like, get me out of here. I was
Yeah.
so mad at my mom. I'm like, "You just dragged me into this." And then she starts to like fill me in on what it is. And so I'm literally landing and like we're on this bus to go to the first audition. And she's like filling me in everything last second. She's like, "Yeah, so just go over there, like sing your song. And if they like you, they'll give you like a golden ticket." And I was like, "This is insane." So I kid you not, like 2 hours later, like me and my brother get shoved into there. We're like clueless as a fly. And then they're like, "Hey, what are you gonna sing?" We walk into that stage, like these three judges was like looking down on us. I'm like, I'm so scared right now. I don't know what's going on. But hey, you know what? I thank my mom to this day because she's just like that. That's sometimes God's like that too. He just pushes you and just lets you have an adventure. So it was an adventure. I mean,
Yeah.
we did it. We got the golden ticket. And I was like, "Okay, yeah, maybe I should just start taking this serious. Maybe I really am good, you know?" So that was like the moment I started taking things seriously. And then I obviously had the privilege to finish as a top 24 contestant in season 19. So it was a roller coaster, but I enjoyed my American Idol experience.